There we go. All right. So what we're going over today is we're going to go over what can Megaphone do for me. Megaphone is a platform that Remax kind of created in partnership with Facebook, the way I understand it, to make advertising for you guys with your listings. Now, Megaphone does a few things that I didn't 100% realize. I do have one kind of cautionary thing I'll tell you about once we get to it, because anything I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you the highs and the lows. I'm never going to push something that I don't necessarily 100% believe in. So I do like Megaphone, but I will kind of warn you about one thing that Susie told me about earlier. But first, how do we get into Megaphone? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to log into Mac Center. If you have any issues with getting into Mac Center, let me know and I will help you out with that. But we're going to go up here to advertise. Now, if you don't have advertise up here for some reason, you can hit apps and tools and then go until you see advertising. So let's see here.
Can you hit that got it on that screen
thing?
See, it's been recorded, but got it.
Oh, got it. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. So whenever we go there, here is the front part of Megaphone. Let me make sure. So whenever we come in here, you're going to see at the top, we've got dashboard, listings, content, settings. And down here, we've got promote a listing, promote my business, automate social posts, create a custom ad, browse, print, and digital templates. We're going to start first with over here at our dashboard. This is what our dashboard looks like. Any content that you've made is set down here. It'll kind of show you when the start date was, the status of the ad, and how it was created. Let's go to listings. So go to listings. You'll see that I do not have any listings. Your listings will be listed in here. Now, if they're not, we need to reach out to Remax about getting them in there, because normally if you put, the moment you put something in the MLS, within 4 hours, it should be in here. So I can go to office listings. If for some reason you don't see it in here after 4 hours, we need to contact Remax and the help desk and find out why. Now, I found out that there were a few times that agents, for some reason, through no fault of ours or Remax or the MLS, their IDX feed was feeding through. So there's been a couple of times we've had to manually get that taken care of. So if you notice that your listings aren't showing up, then let me know ASAP and I'll get that taken care of for you. They're not? Okay. So we need to, all right. So we need to get CEOs worked on. So that's the listings tab. If we go to content, we'll see here's a few different content windows of things we can make. We can make printable content. And if you notice, this goes through a website called Deluxe. We can create our hustle videos, which takes you to remaxhustle.com. We can make branded content, which is going to go into the same website, Deluxe, as the printable content. We can go to Photify. What this will do is this will actually create a login for you for mobile only. Now, there's no way to actually use Photify on the desktop. It is mobile only. I use it and it's actually fantastic. I believe it's like $4 a month, but for being on the fly and the graphics and stuff that you can create, it's pretty impressive. Booge campaigns, don't even worry about this. Booge is going away. We have KV Core coming along. Now this could replace, there could be KV Core campaigns or something in here. So don't even worry about this because that's gone. Social media ad. Social media ads go through HomeSnap. And then social media video ad, exact same thing as HomeSnap. Now, if we want to create any one of these, all we have to do is hit create new. So if I'm going to create a hustle video, it's going to take me directly to the Remax Hustle website. And there I can create my video. Same thing with printable or branded content. I can click this and it's going to take me to Impact Order. This is the website where you can create printable material that you can purchase or digital content that you can download for free. And I'll show you, we'll go through that on how to do that. And the same thing, and we'll go through these here in just a second. Now let's go over to settings. So in settings, there's a few things you want to pay attention to. First, make sure that your profile is updated. Make sure that your information is correct on here. And going forward, especially with KV Core coming, one of the ways that RE/MAX distributes leads is by having completed profiles on remax.net. If you don't have a picture uploaded, you're less likely to get a lead from RE/MAX than someone with a picture. Same thing with your phone number, email address, the cities that you work, your specialties, everything like that. So make sure that that is filled out. Now over here, we're going to see social accounts, listing automation, web ad wallet, and notifications. On social accounts, you can connect your Facebook and Instagram to Megaphone. Same thing with Twitter and LinkedIn. If you want to do that, all you have to do is hit connect. It's going to take you to Facebook to log in. You can allow it to connect, and then whenever you have listings, you can have it post to Facebook automatically, which takes us to listing automation. Now, let's say you get that new listing coming in and you want this to post to your Facebook page. Now, I believe this goes to your business page, not your personal page. But if you want this to residential listings to post for free, all you have to do is go in to this and connect account. This will take me to Facebook. I'm not going to log in because, like I said, I don't have any listings. But you can log in, go through the prompts, and once you start getting new listings, it will post for you automatically. Same thing with Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn. I'd highly suggest doing this because, you know, sometimes you just forget. You get so busy. It's nice to have the automation in there. Now, I know whenever you have new listings coming up, it will post. If you have a price drop, I don't know that that will repost, but in the listings account that I showed you up here, that will update if it's, I believe if there's a price drop. So make sure if you want this connect automatically, you go in here and get this set up. Paid web ads. Now you can set it to where whenever you have a new listing, you can go ahead and have ads ran for your new listings, open house, or price reduced. If you want to do this, go in here to, let's say if you want every single new listing to have an ad start for that listing, you can click that. We can choose our radius distance. A minimum is 15 miles. You can't go any lower than that. We can decide how much we want to spend. So let's say we're like 25 bucks. We enter a payment method in, we hit agree and save. Now, the way that the $25 is used up is they have a certain number of eyeballs that have to hit the ad. So once you hit, I think once you hit a certain number of views, then you're charged the $25. Now, here's the warning about this. And this is what I learned from Susie Stewart a little bit earlier, because she's beefing with him right now. Whenever you set this up to automate, you can't just go in here and then disconnect it. You actually have to contact, who is it? Not Megaphone, but I think it's HomeSnap maybe. You actually have to contact them to turn it off. Yeah, it's HomeSnap. So let's say you have 2 new listings that pop up and you're not really thinking about it, but you've got this ad set up. Well, that could be 50 bucks all of a sudden that you're spending. So if you're going to do the automated paid web ads, know that it's going to come out regardless of whether you want to or not. So, and if you want to get it, if you want to get disconnected, you have to contact them personally. So let's back out of here for a minute. Let's go back to, all right, so that was listing, that was our listing automation. Let's X out of this. Let's go to web ad wallet. Here's where you can just add your payment. You can add credit card in here, and then from the credit card, you can pull money over into your funds. So you'll have available balance or committed funds. From that, you can create an ad. If you want to keep track of what you've spent, especially for taxes coming up, you can pay it, you know, you've got the ad cost history here. Now, as we get into 2023, Facebook and Instagram and really web ads haven't been as prevalent, but now I think they're going to be very or more important. So I'm diving back into Facebook ads, and I'll have a Facebook ads class coming up soon because you're going to want to, whenever you have a listing, you want it to reach as many people as possible. So I would really consider, if you want to run some ads, using this. Now, Libby asked me a little bit earlier, what's the difference between Megaphone and just creating your own ad? Well, the best way that I can explain it is food. And the way I would say it is, it's the difference between a homemade pizza and a DiGiorno's. With the homemade pizza, you've got, you're putting in all the, you're rolling out the dough possibly yourself. You've got all the ingredients, you can season them. You can really put a lot of attention into the pizza. With the DiGiorno's, it just comes out of the box. You throw it in the oven for 30 minutes or something, and it's done. They're both pizza, but the one of them takes a little bit more work, a little bit more quality compared to the other one that's just ready almost out of the box. Megaphone is advertising that's kind of ready out of the box. You can set a few parameters and then just put it out there. With Facebook advertising, you have a little bit more control over how much you're going to spend, what time of day the ad runs, your exact location to a certain extent. So, so just keep this in mind if you want to set ads, but maybe you don't want to get into the nitty gritty of actually creating your own Facebook ads. And then notifications, you can have it set up that if whenever you have a brand new listing, that you get notified about the new listing packet, which I'll show you. So I'd make sure and have all these on because you want to get notified with anything with your business. So that was settings. Let's see here. Are there any questions right now about any of that I showed you? I know I kind of went over it quick, but any questions? Alrighty, let's just move right on. So let's go to dashboard. So we went through this top row. Let's go down to this bottom row right here. We're going to go to promote a listing. So this says amplify your listing with social, web, and print advertising. Let's go ahead and click that. Now, we've already seen this screen. This goes back to our listing, okay? You'll see my listings is nothing. Let's go to office listings. Now, if you have a listing that's up here, there's a couple things that you can do from here. And actually, I realize you're not going to be able to see that. So let me share this so that you can see my desktop, because I'm going to download a file and you need to see everything. Okay. So now you can see the desktop. So we've got Jenny Huckel. We've got her new listing right here. So whenever you have a brand new listing, come to your listings, click on here. We'll see some of the information for 146 Shannon Parkway in Nicholasville. We can see the price, we can see the bedroom, all the information. Now, one of the things that I learned that's important to clients is that whenever they have a listing or they're selling their home, they like for their home to have its own personal website. So your listing does have that with Realty Realty, and it's actually right here. So if I click on this, I'll be taken to the website specifically for this. Not like the kind of the fade of the white. You'll see up here, you've got a couple of different things: the overview, details, area info, my commute, property history. What I can do is I can start scrolling down, and I can see all the information that that's been entered in to by Jenny. If somebody wants some information on it, they can click on here and they can schedule a showing. I tried this yesterday with Angela Pruitt in Richmond, and after I entered my information, after about 3 minutes, she got an email that had my information. Now you in the Booge settings or in the Remax settings, you should have it so you get a text as well. But as people go down, they can see the information about the home. Did you? Nice. Well, it said pending here, so but we can go down here and we can see here's a little web information. Here is the commute to this area. Here we can see the schools that are close. We can see the transportation. How easily is it walkable? How easy is it drivable? The population by age, household with children, renters compared to owners. There's a mortgage calculator here, so they can put in all the information and just try to get a rough idea of what the rent is. And then here's the property history. And we see that's listed by Miss Jenny Huckel. So the website is really cool. If you're going to send somebody to your listing, I would much prefer you to send them to this compared to the MLS or to a Zillow listing. The MLS listing to me is kind of ugly. So I don't really like the MLS listing. I just don't think it looks as nice. And a Zillow listing, once they get to the bottom of the listing, you see 3 pictures of other realtors. I don't want them to see anybody else other than you. If we do want to see more photos, we can click here and start rolling through the photos.
So how would you share that to someone for them to look at?
Just get the link. See right here. Oh wait, let's go back. So I can copy that link, or I could just go up here and then copy that, or I can go to share.
Oh.
So you could share it straight to Facebook, email, or print it, which I don't know what printing it would do, but I guess it would just print up all the information. Okay, so that's the first part of your kind of this listing packet, we're going to call it. Now, if we go down just a little bit, we're going to see we've got a couple things over here. If we want to create some printed material, we've got 3 options here that we can start this. Here's our social post for free. Again, if we have this connected, if it isn't connected for automatically, I believe you can go ahead and share it from here. And same thing with web. If you want to do an ad, you can do web or social. My social is grayed out because I haven't connected any of my social media accounts. But once social media is connected, this should be available. But here's one of the cool things is if you go in here to, you see the listing packet, I'm going to hit download all. This will take just a second. And here's the reason why I was wanting to share the desktop, because we're going to download this file. As soon as it downloads. As soon as it downloads. Why is it always whenever you're like got people watching that, you know, you try to download this, if I just done this on my own, it'd been just like that. All right, it's all right. I've got actually one of these because I checked this out yesterday. Here we go. So this is Tina Nils. So whenever it downloads like this. You've got this folder. We're going to open this up. You're going to see that you've got, so this is Tina's listing. You can see that you've got a Facebook post that has all the information about the home. It's got the address, the ID. It's got Tina's number and email address and 1 picture. I can go over here and I've got the exact same thing. It's an Instagram post. If I go over here, I've got a story. So I can actually use this for my Facebook, Instagram, and if you want, TikTok story, because it's the same height of the portrait kind of stories. I've got a LinkedIn post that I can put in here. I can also, I've got a brochure. So you can go to this brochure and you can print this out. So you've got a couple of pictures, you got the information. Here's Tina's picture and information. You can scroll down, but all this is readily available for you on your listings. And just to show you, here's Jenny's now. Let's open this. And here's Jenny's stuff. So sometimes the first thing you think is whenever you get the pictures back from the realtor or the photographer and you get everything opened up, you're like, oh, now I have to create something for this. Well, this is created for you automatically. But like I said, as Sierra saw earlier, hers isn't showing right now. If yours isn't showing, let me know and we'll get it taken care of. So, so that's our listing packet. We can scroll down a little bit more if we want more content. This is start a campaign in Booge. Don't even worry about that. Build a custom video or social ad. So that is part of our listings. Let's go back to the dashboard. So that was promote a listing. Let's go to promote my business. So what does this mean? traffic to your listing search site, mobile app, or home valuation site. Switch to one of those three things. I'm going to click on this. Now here it'll ask, what do I want to promote? I can do my mobile app, listing search site, or home valuation site. So let's say I wanted some listings. Like I've got plenty of buyers, but you know what? I need a listing. I can go here to select my home valuation site. I can name this ad whatever I want. Now here we've got destination URL. What are we going to put here? This is the website that people are going to land. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your website. Mary Frances, do you have your website set up? Do you know what is it? Do you know what it's called? Or do you know the address for it?
No.
Well, I'm just going to Google search you then. Let's just see. Let's see. Here's Mary Frances. Let's go to my website. Okie dokie. So here's Mary Frances' website. So what we're looking for, let's go to Megaphone. We're looking for a destination URL for home valuation. So what Mary Frances is going to do is she's going to go to her website. And let's see, does she have it in the front? All right, we're going to go up here to this little hamburger icon. We're going to home value estimates. I'll click that. Now here, if you've never used this or had people use this, you can get leads from this and try to get people's listings possibly if they're wanting to find out what their home value is. So you could say type in here like, so let's say somebody goes in, they type in their address, like, okay, all right, so this is 2,500 square feet. Continue. It's gonna pull up their address. What's going to do then? Somebody can say like, okay, so here's some homes that are comparable or comparable. Is it comparable or comparable?
I say comparable.
Comparable. But they can go in and they can enter their information here, send that, and it's going to go to Mary Frances because we're on Mary Frances' version of the website. But she's going to get their information and their home address. So now she can pull up their home address, maybe start doing some comps, kind of know what she's looking at, reach out to the potential seller and begin that process of turning them into a client. But let's go to, all these things are in my way. Okay, so let's go back here. Here's where we're originally at. Let's go backwards to the beginning of the home valuation. We're going to copy this, go to Megaphone, enter that address. It should turn green. Let's hit enter. That checks out. Now, I can change this image if I want. If I change it, all I got to do is drop my own. Beware that for the best results, you want a 300 by 300 pixel image. So it has to be a perfect 1-to-1 ratio. But we're going to leave it just like this. I'm going to hit next. Now here's where I can choose 15 miles, 25 miles, custom distance, multiple locations. Let's go to multiple locations. Let's just try. Let's go to Lexington, Kentucky. And I'm going to use this location. So I've got it set 15 miles. Remember, we can't go any closer than that. But if we want, we can extend that out. Then I'm gonna go down. Now, what do I want to spend on this? I can do $25. I can do custom. There is a minimum of $10. We could say 25. We enter a payment method in. Once we enter that in, we hit submit. It goes through the approval process, and we've created an ad. Now, where exactly do these ads show up? Well, they can be a couple different places. They can be on Facebook. They can be on Instagram. They can be web ads, or they can show up on the Waze search app. Waze is kind of like a competitor with Google Maps. I've used Waze from time to time, and I've seen some ads on there. Let's exit out of this. So that was promote my business. Automate social post. It takes us back to where we're at a little bit earlier. This is where we connect our social media accounts for our listings. Let's back up now. What about create a custom ad? Let's go there and see what that looks like. So whenever create a custom ad, it's going to tell you here's some tips. You want to use appropriate images and ones that you may legally use. Make sure that whatever images you have up here, you legally have the right to use. If you just found them off Google and did a right click save as, that is not an appropriately obtained image. I do know of some brokerages that have used images that wasn't theirs, and the photographer reached out and said, hey, here's a bill for $5,000, pay me or I'll take you to court. So make sure the images that you use are yours, you have the right to use them. But let's start building an ad. So from here, we can do either an image or a video. If you look on the image and video sizes, your images have to be these sizes. It can't be any different. So if you try to just take any photo that isn't exactly this, you're going to get an error that you can't upload it. So it has to be by 728 by 90, 300 by 250, all this. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can get these exact image specifications. One of the things you can do is you can use the Photify app. They have a tab that's, there's a tab that says Megaphone. Whenever you go on there, it'll show you some pre-made images that you can use, that you can kind of move, you can put your own image in. Hello. So what do those look like? Well, I've got one downloaded, so let's go here. And here we go. Oh wait, no, that's not the one. It's on the desktop. Reset. Here we go. Oh wait, not there. And that was in my recent downloads. I just downloaded it. Here we go. So here's what one of those looks like. So this is a little bit smaller, but it's set for web. So this is the 350 by 250 or 300 by 250. What I did was I just saw that the Tao team has a listing up. So I just grabbed their image, put it in here. But let's say you don't want to use Photify. Well, what you could do is you could go to, get out of my way. You could go here to Canva. You can do this with a paid or free account, but you can create something with and make it a custom size. So let's say we just want to make something that's, what's one of the sizes? 300 by 250. So let's go to Canva. Let's say 300 by 250. Create new design. So now here's the size. So now we can start adding our own images. We can take a pre-made template, drop it in, add whatever photos we want. You have a few different options here. So yeah, use Photify or Canva to get those exact dimensions. Same thing with the video. If you're going to upload a video, you can use the Remax Hustle app or the Remax Hustle website. But the videos have to either be in 16 by 9, which is the wide like movie, or 4 by 3, which is kind of like not the perfectly square, but it's like Facebook video. So it'd be like your phone, your mobile video. It can't be the portrait because it'll show up very, very weird. So I tried a little bit earlier and it just wouldn't take it with a portrait. As far as the file video types, don't worry about all this. 3GP, AAC, AVI, everybody that has a cell phone is most likely shooting an MP4. So, but once you decide what image you want to use, we're going to add it. Let's go to browse. Let's see here. Where's one of my recent? There we go. Let's add this. So once this uploads, I'm going to go to continue. Now here we're going to start with the basics. So what's the name of this ad? You don't have to name this anything in particular, but you can just say new listing links. Nobody else can see this. This is just for your reference. Where would you like people to go when they click on the ad? Almost kind of the same thing. that we did a little bit earlier. Let's go here. So here's this listing that we have the photo. I'm going to copy and then drop that in there. Give it a second. It should turn green and we're good to go. Now, where should your ad be posted? You can choose up to 5 website categories. So whenever you're doing this, think about your potential buyer. Where could they possibly be? If you had, let's say if you have an apartment, you could put it in real estate, home and garden, a few different things like that. There's different categories you can look for. But let's say you're talking about a horse farm. Well, if you have a horse farm, you could be looking at sports because, you may have potential buyers that are breeding or racing or training horses. So they may show up on a like ESPN and be more likely to see that listing there. So let's choose home and garden, arts and entertainment, travel, and we'll choose one more category. What is biz op, work from home? There we go. Everybody likes working from home. So we're going to hit that, add website category. We're going to continue. This should look familiar. We're going to choose our area that we want to advertise. Now, earlier I typed in Lexington, but if you want, you can move this around. So you can scroll out. You can find Kentucky, center it. And then I click on there. It dropped a little arrow or a bubble. I can add that. I can expand it if I want. Then I'll go down to continue. All right, so here's what our ad image looks like. We've got our website that it's going to go to. So now we can see what's our ad run period. So now we can optimize this based on the budget, however much money we decide we want to put towards this, or we can manually schedule this. I think it's probably best just optimize by the budget. So then you go in and you decide how much you want. So you can do $12. Approximately that's 7 days of exposure with 2,000 to 6,000 eyeballs on it. We can go mid-level, which is 10 days, approximately 20 or 10 to 20,000 for $39. Whatever we choose, we can go in here, we can choose custom amount. We're going to go in, add the money to our wallet. And then once we're done, hit the accept terms and conditions, and then submit. Now you notice I will pay up to the full amount of $39, which will post whenever the ad stopped. We get submit pay, and then we just wait for our ad to be approved. Any questions about that at all? Nope. Oh, I'll look on the chat here. All right, I don't see any chat. All righty. Let's move you out of the way. All right, so we've been through promote a listing, promote my business, automate social posts, create a custom ad. Now let's go into browse, print, and digital templates. Now here's where you guys will probably spend the majority of their time if you want to create some templates for yourself or some advertising for yourself. Now, all of these are on Photify. Photify is so much easier. But if you don't want to pay the $4 a month for Photify, you can come in here and do this yourself. Now, whenever we come into here, you're going to see my listings, content, image gallery, leads and contacts, pricing, help, my account. What you're really going to want to focus on are the content. So you can see here's several things that you can make. Let's go digital and let's go social posts. And you've got a few different things there. If you saw, you've got, let's just go back and see what you've got. Content. So digital, you can make an e-postcard, flyer, newsletter, social post, ads, or web banners. We're going to go social post. So let's say in that example a little bit earlier, we want to create this. We're like, all right, we've got a new listing and we want to kind of put it out there. But maybe we don't like the listing content that was made for us automatically. We want something brand new. So we'll find the template that we want. Here we go, open house, I like that. We've got an open house. So the home has been listed, but now we've got open house this weekend. Let's go into create. All right, so this is going to bring us into the content creation. It's going to say, make sure you put all the information in. Your name and information should already be in here. If for some reason it isn't, just put it in there. Now you've got the difference between Remax commercial and the Remax collection. If this is a home that's over, I believe 600,000 or 650, you can choose this as Remax collection, and it just changes the branding up a little bit. But we'll stick with Remax. We can put we have the office information in here. Now, what is this? We said we're going to open house. So let's do open house. Let's put our property address, 203 Ruscio Way. Sounds great. Property price, we can put that in here. Oops, not 29,000. What about the open house day? December 10th. We're going to start at 2 p.m. We're going to end it at 5 p.m. Capitalize PM over here. I can't have one and not the other. Okie dokie. So now we're going to continue. Let's see if we missed anything. If for some reason we missed something, we'll get a warning that says, hey, you missed something. Doesn't look like we missed anything, which is great. All right, so we can see the information we put in. 290,000 is open house. Here's the date and the time, the address. Here's my information. Now we need to add a photo. So let's go down here. We'll see that we have photo 1. Now, if this was a template that had 3 or 4 photos, you would have photo 1. You'd have another box here, photo 2, photo 3. Let's go in here to under gallery photos. If we wanted, we could search for photos. Ooh, what's here? Oh, okay. Oh, so I've messed around with this before. So I've used this address as an example. But let's say we upload our photo. Now we can upload our own photo right here. We can add file and just choose it. Let's just choose one that's already sitting here. So let's go here. I'm going to click this. I'm going to, oh, there we go. It's going to add my photo in here. Apparently very slowly as well. All right, once that is uploaded, we can kind of see what this looks like. Let's go to continue. Okay, so here's what it looks like. We've got Remax Realty. We've got our image. We've got, it's hard to see, so we're just going to download it. Now, 2 things I'm going to tell you. One, whenever you look at this, and I was confused by this at first, you see the little shopping cart. This makes it look like they're going to charge you. There is no charge for this. So whenever you see this, don't freak out. But they put the little shopping icon and made it green, which usually is associated with buying stuff. But you're not having to buy this. So we're going to click that. Then once it comes down, it should say we can email it to ourselves, or we can just download the image. Let's see what the final product looks like. All right, let's download the image. And as soon as it downloads, we're going to open it up. It's going to open. And there we go. There's our image. Now we can share this to our different social media accounts. Can you imagine having a home that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 garages?
9,000.
That's a good deal. I would certainly jump on that. I mean, I wouldn't be holding open the house. I'd be holding an open wallet. But it's as simple as that. It takes a little bit of time. You've got to find, the right thing that you want to use, but there's a lot of great things that are here. It's customizable to a point, because remember, we chose open house, but we could have had, just listed or sold, price decrease, whatever. Now, one of the things that was really interesting to me, so 2 interesting things that I found out from our agents using this. One was Susie talking about the automated payments. The other is Lacey Hatton. So she said for some reason she had been locked out of creating ads on Facebook. which is an issue for her because, you know, if she wants to put an ad on Facebook, she wasn't able to. She was able to do this as a workaround. So if for some reason you're locked out of advertising on Facebook, this turns out to be a workaround for that. So when she told me that, I thought it was great. So let's back up out of here. Let's go back to Megaphone, and then we're just going to jump back in here. Let's go back to here. And we'll just look at a few of the different templates that are available to you. Now, one of the questions that I got the other day was, with KV Core coming, does this change? This does not change at all. This is completely separate from KV Core. So once KV Core actually comes in, this is just going to be another extension of KV Core and or an extension of your listings and your tools that you have available to from Remax. But yeah, there's just a lot of great things in here. If you go to digital, you can just start scrolling through, and there's a lot of great things you can put in here. You know, if you want to put something a little about myself, some of you may recognize like this. Like if I've, you know, whenever a new agent joins us, sometimes I'll use one of these to make the announcement because it's already pre-made for me. All I have to do is just drop the information that I want in there.
Yes.
But a lot of great stuff in there. I mean, you can scroll and find whatever it is you want. And it's not just limited to just these graphics. I mean, you've got news flyers and all kinds of things. So, all right, I'm going to stop share here and see if there are any questions. Anything you're wondering? Sharon, Mary Frances. All good? Yeah, it's one of those that it's a great tool. It's just like with anything. It's like going to the gym. You know, you have a lot of tools that are available, you have a lot of equipment. You don't have to use it all. Just use what you find is best for you and your business.
Yeah, I've used that open house one several times. It works. It's really easy if I can do it.
Yeah, open house one is good, but they all look really good. They're all really classy. I'll tell you, for 2023, I got to see a preview of it. For 2023, the marketing that's coming out is much more high end. It looks really, really good. So I'm excited about what's coming out for 2023. Some of the new templates they're creating. Remax is a big player, probably the biggest in real estate, and they're going to start kind of swinging that a little bit. So I'm really excited for you guys to see what the new marketing content looks like. But if there's no questions, I'm going to end it there. I'll get this uploaded to YouTube later today or tomorrow. As always, if you have questions, reach out, let me know, and I will help you out. Goodbye.